Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see the part 2 of formulas. In the previous video I explained you the part 1, all the important formulas and definitions of grade 8 math. Okay, if you missed that video, I'll give the link of the video in the description. Go check it. And this is just formulas and just definitions. I'm not going to tell in detail about anything. This is just for remembering and for a quick overview of it. Okay, I'll give the link of each and every chapter in the description. You can check out if you want any chapter, and I'll give you the link of WhatsApp group also. You can join the group and you can ask your doubts there, or if you want any notes or anything, you can ask there. Okay, so in the previous video we have seen up to 8th chapter, comparing quantities. In this video we are going to see from 9th chapter to 15th chapter. Clear? Okay, algebraic expressions and identities is 9th chapter. In this, the first, terms are added to form expressions. This is an expression 4x plus 5. In this expression 4x plus 5, you're adding 4x and also 5 in order to make an expression. So here 4x is called one term and 5 is one term. Okay, you will add up terms in order to make an expression. Okay, next, terms can be formed as product of factors. Okay, 4x is a term. How are you getting 4x? By multiplying 4 and x. So this 4 and x are called factors. When you multiply these two factors, you will get 4x. Okay, and numerical factor of a term is called coefficient. In a term, here 4x is a term. In 4x, the numerical factor 4 is there. No? This is called as the coefficient of this variable x. Clear? Next, what is a monomial? Mono means 1. Clear? Monomial means it will have only one term like 4x. Binomial means bi means 2. It will have two terms like 4x plus 5. Trinomial means 3. 4x plus 3x plus 2, like this. It will have 3 terms. Polynomial means any number of terms, even it has one term also, 2 terms also, 3 terms also, 10, 20, 30, 100 terms also. You can call it as polynomial. A polynomial will have n terms. Okay, here n can be anything from 1 to 100, not only 100, from 1 to any number it can be. Clear? This is about polynomial. Next, like terms. What do you mean by like terms? Like terms means whatever the terms you are having in this expression. This is an expression 4x plus 3x minus 9x is an expression, right? In this expression you should have all the terms as in same variable. Here x, all of them are in same variable, so they are called as like terms. Okay, if you have different variables, then they are called as unlike terms. Clear? Now, standard identities. What are the standard algebraic identities that we have? Let us see. A plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. A minus b whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. A plus b into a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. X plus a into x plus b is equal to x square plus a plus bx plus ab. These are the formulas to remember. That's all. If you remember these formulas, you can solve all the problems easily. But the derivation of this formula I will explain you when I teach this chapter, algebraic expressions and identities. Okay, you can find the link of this chapter in the description below. Got it? The next chapter is visualizing solid shapes. So what do you mean by solid shapes? Solid shapes are nothing but 3-dimensional shapes are called as solid shapes. Okay, 3-dimensional shapes like cubes, cuboids, pyramids, prisms and cylinders, cones, all of them are called as solid shapes. Okay, and this solid shapes or 3D shapes will have 3 views. Okay, 3 dimensions or 3 views it has. 3 dimensions are, 3D means 3 dimensions. One is length and breadth and height. So, and it will also have 3 views also, top view, front view and also side view. Clear? Now, what do you mean by face? Each solid is made up of, suppose this is a cube. Okay, how are you getting this cube? By joining some squares, right? This is one square, this is one square, this is another square. So you're getting a cube by joining some squares, right? So each and every square is called face. and each face is connected to the next face through a line segment, and this line segment is called edges. So faces will meet at edges, and these edges will meet at a point. That point is called as a vertices. Vertex and plural form of vertex is vertices. Clear? So this is about faces, edges, and also vertices. Okay, the next is Euler's formula. Euler's formula is F plus V minus E is equal to 2, where faces, F is faces, V is vertices, E is edges. So when you add faces and vertices and you subtract the edges from the answer, you will be getting 2. This is applicable for any polyhedron. Got it? This is about visualizing solid shapes, 3D shapes. Okay, 3D shapes are nothing but which have 3 dimensions: length, breadth, and height. Faces, edges, and also vertices. Also, you are clear about the definitions, right? Okay, the next chapter we have is mensuration, and mensuration is completely related to formulas. You are completely related to application of these formulas in the problems. If you remember these all formulas, it is very easy for you to substitute in the question and you can easily solve this chapter. Clear? So rectangle, area of rectangle is A into B, where A is length and B is breadth. Perimeter is 2 into A plus B. Square, A into A. Perimeter is 4A. Triangle, half BH, where B is the height, B is the base and H is the height. And perimeter is nothing but you have to add all the sides. For circle it is pi r square and the perimeter is 2 pi r. In general, perimeter is nothing but, this is a triangle, right? You have to add all the outer edges sum. This is a rectangle. You have to add the length of all the outer edges. That's it. That is all you have to do for perimeter. For any shape, for perimeter, you have to add the outer edges. Clear? Now, surface areas. In surface areas, we have cuboid, cube, cylinder. So what do you mean by surface area? Sum of areas of its faces. Okay, let us take a cube. This is a cube, right? This is one of the face and this is one face, another face, like that. It has 6 faces. So the area of all these 6 faces is called as the surface area of the cube. For each and every solid also the same formula applies. The area of its faces, sum of area of all its faces is called as the surface area. For cuboid it is 2 into LB plus BH plus HL. For cube it is 6L square. For cylinder it is 2 pi r into r plus h. Clear? So the derivation of these formulas you can learn when we learn about the chapter in detail. Okay, I'll give you the link of the chapter in the description. You can follow from there. The next come volumes. Volume is the amount of space occupied by the solid. Suppose in general you are filling a bucket with water. Then what will be the volume of the bucket? The amount of water it is occupying is the volume. So in the same way, volume is nothing but the amount of space it is occupying is called as the volume. Clear? So for cuboid it is L into B into H. For cube it is L cube. And for cylinder it is pi r square into H. Okay, you already know pi, right? Pi is a constant. That value is equal to 22 by 7, or that is also equal to 3.143 and so on. It is an irrational number. Clear? Next, exponents and powers. The next chapter is 12th one, exponents and powers. So a power m, let us take an example like 2 power 3. Here a is called as the base and this m is called as the exponent. Clear? A is the base and m is the exponent. Okay, here also 2 is the base and 3 is the exponent. Very simple. Okay, now let us see what are the laws of exponents. And the first law of exponents is a power minus m is equal to 1 by a power m. This is true for any value of a, but a should not be equal to 0. If a is equal to 0, then this law will not apply, because if a is equal to 0, it will become 1 by 0 and it will become infinity. And a power m minus 1 is a power m by a power n. Okay, a power m whole power n is a power mn. A power m into b power m is equal to ab whole power m, because you are having same power for both a and b. And a power 0 is equal to 1. We know this for any number raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. Okay, except 0 power 0. And a by b whole power minus m is nothing but you can reciprocal. You can write the reciprocal of it. Very simple. And a power m into a power n is equal to a power m plus n. Got it? very simple. The next is direct and inverse proportion. In this chapter, from all the 3 chapters from here, direct inverse proportions, factorization and graphs, you'll not have many formulas or many definitions. Completely you have to focus on application part. Clear? So when we get into detail, then you can understand all the problems and all. You'll find the link in the description. You can follow that chapter, and from that chapter you can learn. And direct proportion means x by y is equal to k. Direct proportion is nothing but when you have 2 quantities, if one of the quantity is increased, then the other quantity should also increase. Instead of getting increased, if it is getting decreased, it is inverse proportion. If it is increasing, when one of them is increasing, the other is also increasing, then it is direct proportion. If it is not increasing, if it is doing the reverse operation, then it is inverse proportion. Okay, the formula for direct proportion is x by y is equal to k, and for inverse proportion it is x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. Okay, here x is one of the quantity and y is one of the quantity. Here also x1 and x2 are some related quantities, and y1 and y2 are other quantities. Got it? The next is factorization chapter. In factorization is nothing but you will express as product of factors. You will express any term or any expression as product of its factors. That is nothing but factorization. So in factorization you will have number of methods like grouping terms and many methods like division method. Many methods you'll be having. All those methods you will be learning in the video, in the original video, like in the factorization chapter video. Got it? And irreducible factors are nothing but some factors you cannot factorize them, you cannot reduce them into the simple form, you cannot express it as product of 2 terms or 3 terms or any terms. So those kind of factors are called irreducible factors. Okay, and dividend is equal to divisor into quotient. Actually the division algorithm which you learnt is dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, but in this chapter we are going with this algorithm only because whatever the divisions we are doing in this chapter, in all the divisions you are going to get remainder as 0, but actually the actual algorithm is dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. But in this chapter, as we are not going to see problems in which you get remainder other than 0, all the problems you'll be getting remainder is equal to 0. So that is the reason why we are using only this algorithm in this chapter. Clear? The next chapter, 15th chapter, is introduction to graphs. In this chapter, actually first, what is a graph? Graph is nothing but whatever the data you have collected, whatever the information you have collected, you will be representing them in form of a visual. Like whatever you have learned in the 5th chapter, data handling, you will be representing them visually so that everybody can easily understand. Okay, in graphs you will have bar graph, pie graph, line graph, and also linear graph. Okay, line graph is nothing but you will be representing in this way, like this. Okay, this kind of graph is called line graph, and linear graph is nothing but you will be having x coordinates, y coordinates, and you will be plotting them and all those things. You will learn them in the chapter. When we get into the chapter in detail, you can learn everything, but this is just for your overview. In bar graphs we will be using bars of equal width, and in pie graph we will be using circle, and in line graph like this you'll be representing it with lines, and in linear graph you'll be having x coordinates, y coordinates, and according to them you will represent the data. Okay, clear? And this is all for this video. With this video we have completed all the 15 chapters of 8th grade formulas and definitions. I have covered almost of each and everything. If I have missed anything, let me know in the comments so that I'll do it, and even others can learn when you comment it. And don't forget to give your suggestion in the comments, whether you are understanding from the video or whether you're not understanding, whether it is useful to you or not, so that I can know. And also I have given the WhatsApp group link in the description. Join the group if you want any notes or any PDF or any kind of doubts, you can ask in the group and I'll clarify it. Okay, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, do subscribe and share with your friends. If you are impressed with the video, if you understood clearly whatever I said in the video, just hit the like button. Thank you.